The podcast you are about to listen to is one of the many podcasts that is part of the College Huddle, the largest fan-led college sports podcast community on the internet. Fan-made, fan-driven, and fan-fueled. The College Huddle.
Whoa, he has trouble with the snap, and the ball is free!
Okay, next question.
I'm a horse football coach right now.
You know, it got shoved up, it got shoved, right?
On the banks of the Red Cedar, there's a school that's known to all. Their specialty is winning, and those Spartans are back, baby. What's up? Episode 54 of the Spartan Savants show. Willie, Nikki, Trav, coming off two fantastic victories for the men's basketball team up there in East Lansing. One on the road versus Illinois, another one at home versus Purdue, putting them right back in the thick of things of the Big Ten regular season championship conversation. Michigan coming up tomorrow night in Ann Arbor. What a dump. Lots to talk about, boys, but I'm expecting a much more upbeat attitude here compared to last week. Always want to check in. I'll start with you, Nikki. How are we doing, Mr. El Diablo?
I'm doing great. I'm seething with hatred for those wretched scum Wolverines. Can't wait to beat them tomorrow. And yeah, I'm just locked in.
The worst type of people. Travis, how about you?
Yeah, like you said, more upbeat this week. I feel like I might be bipolar or something. I don't know. But, I got two words for you this week. Let's party.
Yes.
Go.
Yes. I would like to apologize. I was being a huge pussy last week. They know how to push my buttons sometimes.
It wasn't just you. It was not just you. It was just, it was hard to, see this team doing what they did. I mean, I think we all knew they were certainly capable of it, but it would be the question really was, well, are they going to? And just two, I think, fantastic victories. Kohler versus Illinois. We'll start at Illinois. Obviously, a bit of a slow start. A little worried there. Checking the scores. And I was just getting texts like, this is not good. Next thing I know, we were up 4. Then it was tied at halftime. We were down 1. I can't remember. The second half was just kind of an onslaught, really. Illinois dealing with some health issues. But, that was, in my mind, I kind of felt like that was their Super Bowl. I'm sure they really wanted to get us. But, man, I thought Kohler played fantastic. And he honestly picked it up a lot as of late. But I don't want to do all the talking. Nikki, I'll start with you. The Illinois game, give me your thoughts.
It was fantastic. I was actually celebrating Valentine's Day that night, and I thought we played a lot earlier. So I only really saw the first 8 minutes or 16 or so minutes when we were just playing horribly. And then I saw the last 2 minutes, which was beautiful. But I watched the highlights. And yeah, I mean, Jackson Kohler.
Yeah.
But, what a guy.
Yeah. I mean, if he can start knocking down threes, a 3 a game, that's really opens things up for us.
Kind of reminds me of when AP started dropping threes back his junior year.
Yeah.
We'll go even deeper. Goran Sutan.
Whoa. That's
boom.
Not a name I was expecting. But Travis, what about you? Your thoughts on the Illinois game?
Yeah. So I was at a birthday party and it ended and I left to go watch the game and I saw it was 17-6 by the time I got there. And I was just thinking, oh, what the fuck? Here we go again. But somehow they picked it up. And like you said, Kohler knocking down those threes and having that bigger presence on the outside, be able to knock down those shots is huge for us. That's what we've been hoping Booker would be. And now that we knew that Kohler could do it a little bit. But now that he was able to do it, and then the fact that he was doing that, and then he was so aggressive in the paint too, pulling down those rebounds and just playing like a menace. So I mean that was awesome. And then you saw I felt like Trey Holloman and Cohen Carr had been missing for a couple games.
Mm-hmm.
They finally showed back up at least in the second half of that one, and that was really what helped out a lot. I still thought Jeremy Fears made some pretty bad passes in that game. It was the one like negative that I took away from there, but he kind of made up for it in the next game a little bit. So
Yeah, I want to talk about Fears a little, so let's put a pin in that. One thing
Mhm.
that I loved about the Illinois game was the last 7 minutes they didn't score a single
Yeah.
point. I mean, I just thought that
it
was
was
so
8:29, I think.
fantastic. Yeah, even more so.
They actually scored -2
They got
points.
point taken
Yeah,
away.
yeah, you got to take it away.
That was so great to watch. I mean, when this team rebounds and plays defense, it's just it's a different team. I mean, it's just it's hard to like see like a game that they would be out of.
Yeah.
They haven't gotten run out of the gym too many times this year, even in their losses. It's just, I mean, Illinois, I know they're banged up, dealing with some health issues, but the MSU defense really forced them into some bad shots, and it was just so nice to watch. They really outplayed them. It just looked like a team that was decisively better and
Mhm.
wanted that game more, I think.
Mhm. And then off of just a 2-point win at home against them the first time,
Right.
that's incredibly impressive. Especially Champagne's. I don't care what they call the arena. It's always been a hard place to play.
Yeah.
That's not an easy place to win. That's where some of our best teams have lost. Heck, I think the 2019 Final Four team, I'm pretty sure, went in there, lost, or they had to pull out a come from behind win. One of the two. I can't remember.
Yeah.
The years blend together with those.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
was rocking. The
Yeah.
Orange Crush, which
Yeah.
I like that name, to be honest.
Yeah, it's a nice bit. It's a nice bit.
I'm glad ours isn't called that, but
Yeah.
they
I mean,
were.
Underwood's done a nice job. I kind of made a joke on Twitter that they're a basketball school in waiting. I really thought that was kind of a nut up or shut up game for them. They've been very vocal all year, really kind of the past couple years, dating back to like that Matty Sissoko foul way back when. It's like they are very vocal, kind of a very similar rabid fan base to us. And Underwood has done a nice job. I don't want to take anything away from them, but like that really I thought was a kind of not up or shut up game for them. And they really, not scoring any points in the last 8 minutes of the game is pretty damning. But and they went and lost to Wisconsin, so I know they're dealing with it right now. But I thought a great win for the boys. And then they followed it up with, I think, an even better win at home versus Purdue. I know it's at home. It's not quite as tough as going on the road, but Purdue is no slouch of a team. I really thought that was a great game. Defensively, I thought the game plan was executed very well. I think they said we're going to let Trey, whatever that middle name, his hyphenated name is, they're going to let him and Braden Smith beat us, but they turned off the water to everybody else. Like Lawyer was having trouble even getting shots, let alone making them. I thought Akins did a great job guarding him and attacking the paint. I mean, Purdue's big men are bad with the fouls, and the lob was there all night long. Obviously, some huge ones from Carr.
Awesome.
And like you said, it's like you always say, Nick, the Carr dunks are worth like 6 points because it doesn't really matter what the score is. That gets the people into it, and it turns the game around completely. But I thought they took advantage of being able to run and forcing turnovers and then converting on those turnovers. And Holloman, I thought, was a great steady hand. I thought Fears looks a little tired to me in just his shots and his aggressiveness. Doesn't look as aggressive as he was at the beginning of the year. Holloman came in and I think just absolutely played fantastic basketball.
Agreed. Yeah, yeah, he was great. The transition game was working great. Purdue came in with like near the dead last and 2-point field goal defense, so that we took incredible advantage of that. I mean, you see Carson Cooper getting alley-oops. I mean, that's that we're rolling then. Nothing against, he's not a bad player or anything, but it's just, the things are clicking on all cylinders. They're really clicking, and that was one of those games where it was. And It was just impressive to watch, and hopefully we can build off of that.
Yeah, absolutely.
The depth
Mickey.
is beautiful. Like just watching, it's like we have two different teams, and like one team's playing bad, the other team can come in, change things up completely. Just I love the way this team plays defense, and even I think Fear still plays fantastic defense. I think he's a good setter. Like I've been saying all year, like well, not all year, probably since like January. Like we just need to play 2 minutes of good basketball when everything's clicking, and it doesn't matter if we're down 20. We can be right back in the thick of things. Like that's what I love about this team. They fight, and when it's all working and clicking, it's like it's just a work of art. It kind of reminds me of 2019, 2020 with Cassius Tillman, with when we were just dishing it all the time to Tillman and just dunk. Somebody they'd get Ward involved, they'd get Carnes involved, like just having so many like tricks up your sleeve that like the play like you can't even scout against it because it's like how we feel when we play. Like of the last few years, we would play bad teams or whatever teams, and like the who cares player would go off. Like, like we have every game. It seems like the who care players goes off against their team. Like, what regular fan knows who like Carson Cooper is? Like fan of program, who like Frankie Fiddler is. Like it's we just have so many people.
Yeah, and I thought it was a lot like the fast break at least was a lot like the Lob City Clippers the other night. They were just tossing them up.
Yeah, that one
beautiful.
From Richardson to Carr.
Oh my
I'm not
God!
sure I've seen someone hang in the air for so long. Like
I thought he threw that 10 feet over his head.
Me too. I was like,
oh
man,
God.
He was in the air forever. It's like he was in the air waiting for it.
Yeah, it is a beautiful thing to watch. And Jace's the three that he hit from practically half court with the shot clock too. Oh my God!
I feel like we're always the one. Like teams always make those against us, and we never hit those.
Yeah,
and finally
we got one. We got one. Yeah.
I know we've been alluding to this like all season. Like everyone always says we don't have a star. Like Jace Richardson is the star of the team. I don't understand how people still say that.
He is him or it's nobody. Like he absolutely is the guy, no question about it.
Yeah, he's been the difference maker, not just on offense, but on both ends. He'll make the clutch shot, and he'll make the gritty plays on defense.
Yeah,
I mean, whether it's his position or not. I mean, he's a guard, but he's gone in the paint and blocked shots at times too.
Yeah. Very obviously very impressed with him. Kohler again. I thought he played a great game. Honestly, I thought the bigs in general, I thought they played well as a unit. Zapala got into some foul trouble a little bit, but
Tuesday was his best game in a while.
Yeah. It was one sequence where who was on the call? It was Hummel and Noah Eagle, I think. And
Probably.
Noah Eagle
That's
goes,
what Peacock usually is.
Zapawa is bringing Zapawa. And I was like, it took me a second. And I was like, oh, he's bringing the power. Like the power. I was like, okay, that was pretty good, Noah.
Yeah.
You son of a bitch.
You got me.
You got me. You son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Noah Eagle letting people know that Jace Richardson was Jason Richardson's son.
Yes.
Yeah.
The shout out to Sheehan was great.
That was cool.
Yeah.
Maybe we can get a shout out one day.
Yeah, well, we're working towards it. But big fans of Sheehan. Big fan of Sheehan.
Yeah.
But that was just a great win. I really was so impressed by just letting those Smith and Wren kind of play their game. They were going to get their looks but they just shut everybody else down. I mean, like a Lawyer was like a non-factor, and I feel like he's been we had lost 9 straight to Purdue or something.
9 of 10, which doesn't seem real. That's
you can't
it's Zach Edey.
Yeah. It does help when they don't have him clogging the lane.
Yeah, it was such a fresh breath of fresh air to not have to face the 7'4", 7'5" alien for once.
9 out of 10 to Michigan. I would not be able to live.
Just go. You're in timeout. Go.
Don't even put that into the ether. If that's a good segue, I guess, into that game. I mean, that's Michigan is like there's parts of their team that I think, oh, that's not a great matchup for us. But then there's parts of our team that I think, oh, this is a pretty good matchup. Like they're very turnover prone. So that I think that matches up. Like if we play like we did versus Purdue, and we convert on the turnovers, I think it's going to be a tough night for them. Having said that, they have those two big monsters. Danny Wolf, great player. I think this is his first name. Whatever. Wolf is a great player. He's like 7'1". I don't think the lobs are going to be there. It's going to be a big order for a tall order, I should say, for the big men tomorrow night. But Trev, give me your thoughts as we head into Chrysler. Michigan's favored by 3.5. What are you thinking?
Yeah, so you kind of touched on my biggest concern so far was those big guys are big. Oh, no. It's a good segue for me. The big guys were definitely the biggest thing that I was concerned about. I watched Vlad Golden play in person last year in the AAC tournament.
Yeah.
I will say, and Dusty May was his coach at that time. I will say they lost that game. So maybe there's a little bit of a good omen, and I wasn't that like he had some good plays, but I wasn't that impressed with them. Having said that, they have 2 7-footers that you can put on the floor at the same time pretty much because they like you mentioned Danny Wolf. They've talked about Danny Wolf playing guard sometimes when I'm on the telecast and stuff. So it's like you have a 7 that I mean, I'm not going to go as far to say he's Wemby, obviously, but that's the kind of player you put out there is a 7-1 guard essentially playing center, which is not fun. And they're the 2 leading scorers on Michigan's team too. Plus they have other guys. I mean, Roddy Gale was a guard at Ohio State, not really a big offensive guy. I mean, he's better offense this year than he has, but he was also a very physical defender, and he's always been like one of the better defensive guards in the Big Ten, I'd say.
Yeah.
So that's tough. And then we don't play well at Chrysler. Like we've until last year we had lost 4 in a row there. That's not a place that I love to play. It's a place I love to win. It's not a place I love to play. Let's put it that way.
Yep.
It's going to be a tough one. And it's crazy. I guess we have technically a deeper rotation. I mean, they technically play 9 guys, but only 6 of those guys play big chunk of the minutes. So, but it's not going to be an easy one like we were thinking a few months ago.
No, I mean they've got every time I think like, oh, they'll drop this one. They find a way to win. Nikki, Mr. El Diablo Kohler, do you have any thoughts?
Oh, yeah, I have a few. So,
just a
first off, Michigan won their past like 5 or 6 or even 7 games within like 2 or 3 possessions. Like they've been 5 or less points. So, like it's time for them to pay the piper. Daddy's coming home.
Rent is
Daddy's coming home.
Like, come on. They are due for a loss. The bigs, they do scare me. Trey Donaldson seems to be kind of up and down for the guard play. I do think this would be a great day for Jeremy Fears to really be back and just outplay Trey to the nth degree.
Yeah.
I did have a stat that Jaden Akins always plays really well in Chrysler, but then I looked that up and that's not true at all. He's actually never plays well in Chrysler, so maybe this one will change.
Yeah.
I do think he's due for a comeback. Like
he had 23 against them last year.
That was at East Lansing, though.
You sure? I thought I read it was in Chrysler, but okay.
I looked it up today.
Either way, if we could get a nice night from him, that would be great. I mean, he's been doing good things. He had to me, you got to keep playing him. Obviously, he's not like terrible on offense, but defensively, I think he's a totally an X factor. But I want to touch on Fears a little bit, not to get too far off the Michigan game.
One more thing that I think is huge. I hope this is true. I just think we want to win this game more because this is a brand new coach, a bunch of transfers. They don't know. Like, I don't know if
I
he's
don't know exactly.
he's kind of like us in football this past year. We didn't know, but like this team knows. This like Trey Holloman, Jeremy Fears, Akins, like these guys have taken their blood.
Yeah,
it would be a great day for Booker to Booker has a 10-point game. All of his sins are forgiven. Like,
yeah, and there's quite a few.
Yeah, like that is confession. Like 10 points, 2 boards, and Booker, you are perfect.
We're good. Yeah, yeah.
Setting that rebound number a little low, but okay.
Yeah, I
2 boards.
Not like as a like I feel like I just want him to like have a little more killer instinct. Like he's not like a aggressive like I don't want to say teddy bear, but he's just like I want to see him get angry. Like I want to see him play mad. Like I feel like we haven't quite seen that. Even when he plays great. But one thing about Michigan, I'll say this, and I said it earlier about us too, is like even when I think they've had one loss where they really got blown out of the gym. Like this game's not close. But other than that, like their losses are close games. Like it's going to be a fight, whether it was a rivalry game or not. It's going to be a fight. But back to Fears. Maybe it's just me having high expectations of him. Fuck, Canada just scored. High expectations of him. But I feel like the past couple games he has not been great. And I don't know if it's a redshirt freshman wall or the fact that he got shot last year and is still like, I feel like his recovery time. And then it was like, okay, now I have to play a full season. Like, I feel like he still might be lingering. But the shot looks off. And I don't think he's a bad shooter. But again, maybe it's just me, but am I seeing it or is it you guys too?
I feel like he's been hesitant to shoot this year. It's not really that the shot's off. He's just not taking them.
Yeah.
So he's never been that much of a shooter. I remember hearing I think in some of the All-American games, people were saying, okay, why is this guy not shooting? So his game is really distributing. Still good at. He had a couple of games where his passes just seemed so bad. But first Purdue, he seemed to kind of get that back in motion. I just think he's good in his role right now. I just think he's a tone setter when he starts. I feel like even for that, because was he starting in the second half of Illinois?
I don't know. I was at the concert, so I don't know.
I feel like he was he had a really good defensive play and it kind of sparked everything. Maybe no, I think that was against Oregon.
Could
be.
Yeah.
I just remember one defensive play.
Yeah.
Got everything going. And we never.
He is kind of a defensive distributing spark plug right now, and that's all we need him to be.
Totally.
But I would love to see that shot come along and him be much more aggressive with it.
Agreed. And maybe I might be overreacting. I think you definitely keep him in the starting lineup. I don't think you mess with that. I do think Holloman is a great Band-Aid for when he's not playing. Like Holloman when he came in versus Purdue, I just thought kind of changed the intensity and the energy of the team. And it was it looked like a different team when he was in. Fears just looked a little slow, I thought, hesitant, not as aggressive as he has been.
I just think they complement each other so well. It really, it's I feel like it's they're two different teams. You get Fear's team, then you get Trey's team, and it's
right.
Shit, they have to play against both of them.
Yeah, definitely.
That sucks.
Yeah. Our guards all have complementary strengths, which is nice to have because it wouldn't work out very well otherwise. We've seen otherwise. So, 3 years.
Oh my gosh, they're peppering us. I agree. I want to play a little Would You Rather here. I think I know the answer to the first one. I assume we'll all be on the same page. Would you rather runner up, third place finish in the Big Ten regular season, but win the Big Ten tournament, or win the Big Ten championship and regular season and get bounced in the second game of the Big Ten tournament? I think I know the answer to that, but gotta start somewhere.
I'd take the first option, honestly.
Really?
So,
I'd rather win Big Ten regular season.
I don't know.
I think that means more.
Well, yeah, I totally am with you. I thought,
I guess I didn't hear your second option as well. Sorry.
Basically, would you rather win the Big Ten tournament and not the Big Ten regular season, or win the Big Ten regular season and not the Big Ten tournament?
oh yeah, I don't know. That's a no-brainer for me. I really the Big Ten tournament to me is such a consolation.
I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
yeah. I mean, I just think it bodes better for the NCAA tournament to be rolling going into that. But yeah, I would.
That's interesting.
I would rather win the Big Ten. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
Would you rather win the Big Ten regular season and lose in the first weekend, or second or third in the Big Ten and make it to the Sweet 16?
Do you lose in the Sweet 16?
Yep. Sweet 16 is as far as you go.
Give me
Big
a
Ten.
Big Ten. Yeah.
I agree. Big Ten.
We need to push past the Sweet 16.
Okay, so Elite Eight or Big Ten championship regular season?
Big Ten championship.
Yeah. You're gonna have to sweeten that deal with the Final Four for me to not take a Big Ten
Elite
championship.
Eight losses suck.
Yeah.
You
No, I
remember the last
agree.
one?
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I'm with you. So Final Four or Big Ten championship?
Final Four.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
That's where
that tips the scales slightly.
Okay. So I mean the Big Ten regular season championship
Maybe more than slightly.
is pretty meaningful to you guys.
One question: does Michigan win the Big Ten?
I was going to say for
That-
me,
that-
the
I don't
answers
know.
the answers always could change depending on how far Michigan. Like, if we lose in the Sweet 16 and Michigan goes to the Final Four, I'm like, okay, well, I don't really care about I really don't like to deal with them going farther, because then people just don't pretend like we didn't even win the Big Ten regular season championship.
Exactly. It's like
So-
it's like when we beat them with Kenneth Walker, but they still won the Big Ten.
Yeah.
They sit there and they don't give a shit about that game.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
So
Although
I guess my point
Ohio
is the
State
championships
fans-
are what matter. So
Although Ohio State fans obviously don't care at all about the Natty and only care about the Michigan game, from what I've heard.
Obviously, they would trade their national championship for a win versus Michigan, I'm sure. Okay, well, that's interesting. I think I'm with you guys for the most part. Elite Eight is a pretty good season.
for
I
most
don't know.
people,
Yeah, that's true.
I maybe it's just the fact that we haven't been to the Final Four in 6 years.
It's been a while.
That's
What a horrible
that's
thing.
too long for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you know what sucks is that Michigan just doesn't have a lot of games left where they're they could lose that
Yeah.
one. I mean, they got to go to Nebraska.
I mean,
on- They play us on Friday, obviously, and then they go to Nebraska on Monday. I think that could be a quick turnaround on the road. But this Michigan State schedule is just so brutal. It reminds me of the 2019-20 team that they had 4 of their last 5 games were versus top 20 teams, and they won. They beat all those teams by an average of 12 points, or by an average of 12 plus points. I'm hoping this team can kind of stir up some magic like that and just rattle off some wins. I mean, obviously heading into March, that does a lot, but to win the Big Ten championship, I think would be such a big deal for this team and for Tom Izzo and the program. And that's what they're really going to have to do. I mean, they beat Michigan tomorrow. That's great, but that doesn't. We're not out of the woods. We still got to play Wisconsin,
we gotta beat them again.
Maryland, and then we got to beat them again. Because there's not. I don't think there's too many losses on their schedule.
Maryland, maybe.
Maryland, maybe. It's at home, I think.
Yeah.
Oh no, it might be at Maryland, but
No, Maryland's in Ann Arbor, but that's why I said maybe. Otherwise, I would think there'd be a much better chance if that was in College Park.
we got every game is just a must-win game till the end
Yeah,
of the season,
unfortunately, yeah.
until April.
Those are they're taxing. Even the wins, they're mentally and physically taxing. You have to put a lot. I mean, to beat Purdue, it's not like we just showed up and they rolled the basketball out and that was a big. I mean, that took a lot of effort to win that game the way they did in Illinois too. So, I'm excited and nervous for tomorrow. I am. The pacing has already started. Like I said to you guys in the text message, that it's a big game. It's a huge game.
Yeah.
How nice is it to be in the Big Ten race in February?
It's great. It's so
it's a
great.
good change of pace. Yeah.
It is. It's great. It's stressful, but I wouldn't ask for anything else. I mean, I would ask for stress-free basketball, but that'd be a little less exciting.
I'd ask for some blowouts through March. Yeah. Just run the table.
Yeah, that's a national championship. That'd be cool.
Right. Yeah.
That's what I was.
I don't want to get too
greedy. Blowouts on the way to a national championship. Yeah.
Oh man, that would be. I hate that.
All right. Anything else, Michigan-wise, basketball-wise, that we want to get into?
I hate those. I hate those Wolverines.
I hate them. I hate the way they look. I hate the way they do business. I hate everything.
I hate the way they smell.
I
want Dusty to go to Indiana so bad.
That'd be so great. I don't think it's going to happen, but it'd be so
I don't
great.
think so either.
Like, imagine Michigan getting second in the Big Ten, making it to the Elite Eight, and Dusty May just leaves.
I mean, it's not like it's out of the realm. I mean, Indiana will put a really attractive offer if they want him. The offer will be. I'll say this: Michigan will have to increase his pay and NIL resources and everything to keep him. I think
they have to care about basketball, and we'll see.
Right.
We'll see if they.
It's not like Indiana football coming after a Harbaugh or something like that.
No. I mean, Indiana basketball, that's like what they care about. Yeah. Oh, no.
I did see a tweet that I guess there was someone saying that Kurt Signetti is trying to get the JMU coach.
I saw that.
I saw that too.
Yeah, please. Come on. I mean, they need a name, I think, but that'll be interesting to see where they go. Nikki, I know you had a couple options for Miss the Vis. So I'll throw it to you.
Cue the graphic.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's Miss the Vis.
Been a while since we heard that one.
So, you have two options. So choose wisely. One option will be guessing the player when I give them the stats of a certain game. So basically kind of a remember the Spartan during this Michigan game. I'll give you the year and the points. And the other one, the red-pilled option, is guessing Michigan players. So you have to guess the Michigan players, and I give you the crime they committed.
Oh God, I kind of want both.
No matter which one you choose, I'm going to end up reading off the Michigan crimes. So
okay. This will be fun. I like both these categories. I don't know how well it's going to go, but I like both these categories.
We'll start with the Michigan State one. So these are all against Michigan. I'll give you the year. I'll give you their LK, and you guess the player. So 2000.
You mean accolade?
Accolade, whatever. 2000, and just crushing of Michigan. This player only had 8 points, but he broke at the time the largest assist record per game in the Big Ten.
I mean, this was going to be my guess anyway. Mateen Cleaves.
Yep. 2001, and even more bigger, just crushing of Michigan. This player led the team with 17 points.
See, I was like 7 then. So let's see. I'm between two of them, and I don't know which one to go with. I'm going to go with Jason Richardson.
That's right.
That's right. Okay.
That's right. Hopefully it's like father, like son tomorrow.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We are doing a time jump to our freshman year of college. This player scored 23 points and went 5 for 9 from 3.
Freshman year?
Yeah.
Keith Appling?
James Gary Harris.
Oh, I wouldn't have thought he. But wow, okay. I wouldn't have thought. Like I remember when he was good, but I didn't remember him having that kind of shooting game against anybody.
It's the Michigan.
Yeah,
Move.
that was the other name in my head, but I didn't remember him knocking down so many threes against one team.
The following year, 2014, this player had 18 points and 9 rebounds.
That feels like Adrian Payne.
That's right, number 5.
Nice, Travis.
Now, 2016, our senior year of college, one of the winningest teams.
Bryn Forbes.
Yep. Okay.
Nice. Wow.
I remember all those threes.
The next one, there 2020 is going to be, 2019. This player, 16 points, 11 rebounds. In 2019.
2019. That Tillman?
That is one Kenneth Goins.
That was going to be
Oh,
my
wow.
guess.
Wow.
And this one, 2020, just say the name of who, or 20, yeah, just say the player. He had so many I could have chosen from. This one's just crazy. 9 assists.
Judging off of that, it just sounds like Cassius Winston. Yeah.
That's right. 32 points, 9 assists. And I'm pretty sure in that Kenny Goins game, Cassius had like 27 points or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was looking back at old Cassius games. He would just go off like 28, 26.
Oh, yeah.
He was awesome, man.
It was walking bucket.
And now the final one, actually last year, 23 points. The player led the team.
I mean, I said this earlier, Jaden Akins.
That's right. That's right. We'll do it again.
Very good.
All right, now we're going to get to the good one. So,
this is going to be interesting.
In 2004, this ex-U of M lineman had some public disorderly conduct at the Elixir nightclub and spent the night in jail. I've been there.
Okay, you say 2004 lineman?
I don't know if that's when he graduated. It's Adam Stenovich.
Okay.
You're not going to get it.
Never heard of him. Never
That
heard of
old
him.
dirty boy.
Steno, you son of a bitch.
I love this one. 2004. His crime was he was a defensive tackle. He got arrested 11 days after Adam Stenovich. And this was a player. He was arrested. He's a defensive tackle for flashing women. And one quote about it that the police said was, we just got this guy. We've been trying to catch him for 5 months.
Oh, I remember that.
A serial flasher.
I remember that quote. I don't remember who it was, though.
It's Larry Harrison.
Oh,
yeah.
LH. Perf.
We got to get this guy.
You went so far off the board here.
People for months. All right. Next one's easy. 2020, a certain basketball player got in a DUI under a fake name, or I don't know if he got a DUI, but he rapped. He didn't get breathalyzed.
Oh no.
Jeff Jackson was going to be my answer.
I think it was Xavier.
No, I know.
right?
It was Xavier Simpson. Yeah.
Oh, we lost Nikki. Oh man.
El Diablo has
El Diablo's been Diablo'd.
He did get Diablo'd.
Oh no. I don't have the rest of the list.
I know you don't.
No, I can tell you Mossy Smith was on it.
That's the one I was waiting for.
Yeah. Nikki?
Okay, what the hell?
He got
Yeah, we both said Xavier Simpson.
wrapping the athletic director's car around a pole.
Hey, the name's Jeff
And
Jackson.
then the next one, 2022 football player. Say the name.
Mozzie Smith.
And there are a couple very serious crimes that I don't want to talk light about. But there is one that is actually an extremely serious crime, but it's just so crazy that I have to bring it up. This person, he was an offensive lineman for the University of Michigan. He's a coach now, or an assistant coach now at a different school. But in 2024, he got arrested for human trafficking.
Oh, Jesus.
It's bad.
Yeah.
It's really bad.
It was
Like,
Patrick Colger.
What a bad person.
Yeah, so now that we got that. Now that I wanted to just read crimes of Michigan players. Because that's what I asked.
No, it's all stuff that's in the news.
I thought there were going to
we're
be some more recognizable
making it
names
up.
than what we've got, but yeah.
I
probably
just saw the flat quote and I was like, I need to talk about this.
Oh man. All right. Predictions for tomorrow. The granddaddy of them all this week, number 14 Michigan State Spartans travel to Ann Arbor to take on the yellow belly nasty Michigan Wolverines, who are ranked 12 at Chrysler Arena. Michigan is favored by 3.5. The over-under is 152.5. Travis, I will start with you. I'll take score prediction. Winner and score prediction.
Spartans 74, Michigan 68.
I'm going to say we are going to win the race to 70, which we are, I believe, 19-0 when we do. So I'm going to say, just not fair. Okay. I'm going to say Michigan State 76, Michigan 73, but it's kind of garbage. It's kind of a garbage time 73, where they kind of have a vanity come back at the end.
All right. I like the scores in the 70s. I'm going to go MSU 75, Michigan 67. Free throws put us over the edge late.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Well, that will do it. A big game, no doubt about it. And then we'll circle back and play Maryland following that, where we may be with you during the second half of that one. But, of course, you can check it out, Spartan Savants, on YouTube. Like, subscribe. Anywhere you get your podcasts. And, of course, shout out to the College Huddle for allowing us to be the Michigan State representative. Hopefully still, even after reading the Michigan crimes, they will be okay with that. Joking, of course. But for Willie, Nikki, and Trav, we will talk to you next week. As always, go green.
Go white.
Go white.